Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today TV. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is Market Today. A focus on this edition will be on the primary market space. Well, KFin Technologies is now all set to launch its initial public offering, and that's on the 19th of December. The company aims to raise about 1,500 crores for the issue. However, the public issue will be comprising only of an offer for sale by promoter General Atlantic Singapore Fund Private Limited. Also, the issue will close on 21st of December. Now, the company works as a registrar and transfer agent for mutual funds, for PMS, AIFs and also for IPs as well. Joining in to discuss more about the IPO and what can the shareholders, potential investors really expect going forward from here is the top management of the firm with us on Business Today TV now. Srikanth Nadella, whole-time director and CEO, KFin Technologies is with us. Welcome and thank you so much for taking the time out, Mr. Nadella. Great to have you with us on Business Today TV. Well, first up, for the benefit of all our viewers, could you really share the details of the business that your company works in? Also, we do know that it's a registrar and transfer agent for the mutual funds and PMS AIFs, and that contributes a larger chunk of your revenues. But overall, if you could give a larger sense to all our viewers.
Very good morning, Sakshi, and thanks a lot for having me over, and a very warm welcome and a good morning to all your viewers as well. KFin Tech is the largest registrar and transfer agent in India. We have been in existence since 1985, so 37 years in the making. KFin Tech, operates, in India as well as in several other countries beyond India. Broadly, the businesses that we manage are the core of operations for mutual funds, AIF, PMS, pensions, private retirement schemes. We are also the largest share transfer agent on the primary and the secondary markets in terms of managing the IPOs as well as the post-IPO activities for a plethora of clientele.
Right.
As well.
Absolutely. I wanted to also just take one point on the objective of launching this IPO at this point in time. It's entirely an OFS. The proceeds definitely don't come to the company. And also, if you could share with us if the size of the IPO has at all been reduced, because earlier there were discussions of about 2,400 crores. Was that in the offering?
The total offering, of course, is, as you said, a complete OFS, stake being diluted by our promoter group, General Atlantic Partners. In terms of the quantum of dilution, that is a factor of the proceeds or as well as the commitment that GA has in terms of our ongoing operations. Of course, the BRLMs have discussed with the potential investors and have recommended both the price band as well as the quantum of divestment, that the promoters were ought to make.
Right. Could you also share the thought behind the price band as well and how that has been arrived at, 347 to 366 rupees per share?
Thank you, Sakshi. So again, the BRLMs have spoken to all the potential investors and they have recommended the price band to the shareholders and to the board of KFin Tech. And all the necessary information is declared in the RHP with all the necessary benchmarks and the KPIs with the industry comparables.
Okay. Mr. Nadella, share with us more about the revenue mix that you're currently working at and what is the share of the mutual fund industry revenue in the total revenue that you have?
Sure, Sakshi. KFin Tech's overall revenue mix, so in terms of the domestic mutual funds, is about 68%. Our international operations contribute about 15%. Our share transfer registry work is about 13%, and the residuary revenue mix is the younger businesses, such as pensions and some amount of pass-through revenue.
Right. Also, how has the recent rapid growth in the mutual fund industry and the AUMs in the whole industry really helped your both top line and bottom line? And what's the outlook right here? We have been seeing continuous rise in the AUM and the SIP flows as well. What's the outlook that you have on the contribution from this space?
We remain extremely confident about the growth story of India and the financialization. We believe that the movement from savings into investments as a theme is here to stay. And a larger portion of that, had been and probably could be going into the mutual fund space, even as other asset classes for the affluent in the form of alternate investment funds and PMS also would continue to grow. Overall, CRISIL report points to a CAGR of 14% increase in the AUM over the next 4 to 5 years. And that effectively points to a continued expansion in terms of the AUMs for the mutual fund as an industry. And KFintech, of course, supports the operations of about 59% of the asset management companies in our country, and hopefully positions us well to grow at par with the industry.
Sure. You also have hinted in the past about your plans in the gift city in Gujarat and your business beyond India as well. So, could you speak a little bit about the expansion plans going forward and scalability?
Thank you. As I said, KFintech already derives 15% of its revenue from its international operations. We are one of the few large third-party administrators of investor solution services in Southeast Asia, where we operate in the countries of Malaysia, Philippines, Hong Kong, and we will be starting, delivering to client services in Singapore soon. We believe there is a significant addressable market, in Asia and beyond Asia as well. Our strategy in terms of mergers and acquisition of, now providing
Yeah.
full-scale services of fund accounting administration also positions us well for international expansion.
Right. In fact, I was coming to that and I wanted to understand, what are the inorganic opportunities if you're looking at any at this point, and also any fundraise plans for those acquisitions going forward?
Sakshi, if you saw the KFintech's growth profile and the plethora of services it offers, very integral part of our growth journey had been through inorganic route. We have had acquisitions, either in the form of value-added solutions and services, which is effectively, when we acquired the fund accounting platform. We have, consolidated the registrar space when we acquired another registrar back in India, and in fact, we started our international operations through an acquisition itself. And this is something that we believe is the right strategy given the addressable markets that exist out there. We have a board constituted committee which constantly looks at various opportunities, and we do evaluate. At a suitable time, as the conversations proceed further, we will be able to discuss more in terms of which other areas. But broadly, anything to do with adding significant value to the asset manager, the intermediary ecosystem, and the investor is of critical importance to us.
Okay. Two questions in one right there. One, on the outlook on the growth drivers for you, the key growth drivers going forward over the next 3 to 5 odd years, where is your concentration going to be lying? And plus, there has been slight concern that some of the analysts have pointed out is that the company is dependent on limited number of customers and a significant portion of revenue really comes from that. So any, disturbance right there, any loss from one such client could actually adverse the business. Is that something that was on your mind? Are you working to mitigate that risk?
Thank you, Sakshi. So historically, if you saw KFintech's revenues and probably many a B2B player revenues will have certain amount of concentration. Our top 5 customers, have been steadily giving us near about 50%, of the revenues for the organization. But you would see a decline, a steady decline in terms of their share of the overall revenue. And that is largely because of the orchestration of the younger businesses, such as the alternate investment funds, our international business growth, etc., pensions, private retirement schemes. So we believe in diversification. We believe in de-risking our business, and our overall strategy hopefully points to that very direction, which is that we have now expanded into international operations. We have several alternate investment funds where we're growing. So in terms of growth drivers, our philosophy had been largely simple, Sakshi, which is that make sure that we provide excellent solutions and services for our clients.
Right.
And given it is a fairly concentrated space in terms of asset management companies in our country and beyond, any new wins will largely come, based on the feedback that the current clientele gives as well, right? And that had been a testimonial in terms of our win rates as well. In addition to that, obviously, technology is in the forefront. Many of us come from the technology background, and as an organization, we moved away from being a transaction processing entity to a full-scale TechFin company where technology drives not just our business, but also our clients' business. We have largely been successful in not just growing our revenues, but hopefully also our clients' revenues when we created about 20 odd products and platforms which are designed solely to help my clients grow their revenue.
Okay. Just one question on the financials as well. And what kind of margins are you working on currently, and what is the outlook right there?
Thank you, Sakshi. Our PAT for the year ending 2022 was 23% plus. For the half year ending September 2022, we are at 24% plus. So we have seen a steady increase in PAT over the years. And in terms of we focus a large part of our focus is also on managing our operations and driving operating leverage. And of course, given the expansion of the wage bill, which is something that we are not immune to, as was the rest of the industry and rest of the world.
Sure.
Despite that, we managed to get to a PAT numbers of 24% in September 2022.
Right, absolutely. Just one more point before I let you go, sir. And that's on the another concern that a lot of analysts have pointed out, that there are some outstanding legal proceedings involving the company and the subsidiaries, the group companies, and certain directors as well. Some tax proceedings are also going on. There is one statutory and regulatory action against the company too. Could you give us an update on that, if that is on course to get resolved soon?
Thank you, Sakshi. So whatever, all the legal proceedings have been duly disclosed in our RHP. These are all legacy, cases, and the majority of the cases, dates back to 20 or 25 years, back, and all of those have been settled. We believe that all necessary disclosures have been made, and we do not believe there is any material impact on KFintech going forward. It is also pertinent to note that we have had achieved complete independence and severance from the erstwhile group way back in 2019 itself, when we have taken definitive actions in terms of change of management, change of the board, and all subsequent activities ever since have been duly reported to all concerned.
Okay. Well, on that note, thank you so much, Mr. Nadella, for speaking to us and sharing all these insights about the IPO. All the very best to you for the upcoming issue, and we shall definitely catch up once again once the listing happens to get more insights about the future and the outlook going forward for your company. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you so much, Sakshi. My pleasure.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.